use and abuse whoever he can and see how he can screw somebody else's life up. And I had to make the choice, or the Lord led me to make the choice to be better than that, to not go down the same paths of having hate in my heart, having anger and malice in my heart, and having to let those things be pushed to the side so he could grow up in me.
Amen. That's the truth right there. That is the truth. One thing I want to pull out of just that little piece is to remind the youth and those that are entangled with the youth in any way, mentoring, parenting, coaching, whatever, teaching, is that it is important to teach and show these young people now some of the things that got Rico through this part of his life. One of the things is how to be yourself in the midst of peer pressure and temptation. You have got to learn to teach. You got to teach people how to be okay with their choices. That if you don't like green and everybody around you wearing green, but you just happen to like yellow, that be proud of the fact you wear yellow. Don't go wearing green, spots of green, this, that, and the third, because everyone around you seems to be wearing green. You have to learn how to make it help confirm their choice to be themselves. There are way too many adults that are just too selfish when it comes to children, and I've watched this so much. You will applaud little Tommy when Tommy is doing something that you think is worthy enough for you to brag about. Oh my gosh, he got a trophy, or oh my gosh, he made the honor roll, or he's going on a trip. That's great, but are you confirming the fact that little Tommy likes to read in the summertime? Are you confirming the fact that little Tommy prefers to swim versus play basketball in his spare time? Whatever that may be, you have to learn how to confirm, affirm, and really teach young people that it is okay to be yourself, because that's one of the things that got him through this without an addiction. That's one of the things that got him through this without him having a police record. That is the difference between some other people that go through the same thing. Another thing to pull out of it and is to understand, young people, that everybody is not on your team. They're just not. You can't blindly listen to people because they are your family. And I say family because some people are smart enough to know that I can pick a new friend. You can't pick a new family. So you have to learn. I don't care what age it is. You could be 12 years old right now. If you know that Uncle Tom and your mom are alcoholics or whatever it is, and you're taking care of them or her when things are going left and you're 12, then when you get older, I know you want to love and everything, love on, but you still have to look out for your life, and you have to live according to what makes sense. This is the make sense thing is for people that don't follow God. And common sense comes from the Lord anyway. But at the end of the day, you treat people with love, but don't go blindly following people because they're your family. The family, as he said, the enemy uses whoever he wants. Unfortunately, the enemy got your mama or your uncle right now, and you are not got by them. But if you follow, the enemy will take you down too. You have to be smart today. It seems cruel. It may seem cruel, and I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care. Because he also said that he learned to live and not just exist. Who wants to just be here until they die? You have a purpose for your life. And not only do you have a purpose for your life from God, but he wants you to live abundantly. And so you can't live that way if you're tied up under somebody else's sins, their thoughts, you're being somebody other than who you are. Some people are caught up in mess that they don't need to be in because they follow somebody else. That is another thing you can pull from everything that Rico said, all these fantastic gems of advice from his life, just a portion of his life. And that is something I want to make sure that does not go unnoticed. Stop blindly following your family. And I'm going to say that because I know 50-year-olds that do that crap. So if they're doing it at 50, then of course you're probably doing it at 12. Nobody's saying be disrespectful, but be smart. Be smart. Come on. I just wanted to add that I get a little fired up when certain things hit, but that's who I am. That's what it is. Somebody's got to tell it.
That's the truth. And I
Yeah.
also wanted to say that people need to be mindful of just how you said, being yourself. And on top of that, this is the time and age to where everybody wants to fit in and
Mhm.
nobody wants to stand out.
Mhm.
I can't tell how important it is to truly focus on standing out, not always being the one that has to be different or has to ruin something for the group, but being yourself and staying true to the decisions you want to make, not the decisions your group is leading you to make, the folks that you call friends or the ones that you call family or the people who you call the closest in your inner circle. I've never once in life met a person, including myself, that ever picked up a Where's Waldo book looking for everybody else in the book but him.
Come on.
The whole purpose that you pick that book up or you look at that photo is you're looking for the guy in the striped shirt and the striped hat because he stands out. He don't fit in with the people wearing green and blue, and there's some people that might be wearing red and white, but not one person on that page out of the hundreds of photos of people that might be pictured with him are wearing exactly what he has on. And that's why it's his book and not theirs. That's why people get a kick out of looking for him and not nobody else on the page because he stands out. When you find him, there's no missing him. Like, oh yeah, he don't look like nobody else on the page, but it took some searching, just like it will take some searching for you to truly find yourself. But once you find yourself being led by God, there's nobody else like you on this earth when you live up to your potential. Stop focusing on making life about being black and white. Some of the closest people in my life are of a Caucasian background. Some of the closest people in my life outside of my family have not one speck of black on them. Going to job interviews or being out with your friends, don't sag because everybody else is sagging. You will not get a job that way, and it has nothing to do with the color of your skin. The reason why you feel it does is because you make yourself look black or look like Lil Wayne or whoever the hottest rapper is at the time. You want to emulate the wrong things, you will end up down the road just like a lot of these people that you idolize. Some of them have rap sheets, and I mean police records as long as the law will allow, but you'll never know that because the things you glorify them for is the cars, the money, and the women. But you don't think about their personal lives, knowing that if they were not a rapper, they wouldn't be able to make ends meet for themselves today because nobody would hire them due to their background, due to the felony charges, due to the foolish things that are on their record that aren't going anywhere. So focus on being you and stop focusing on making things about color. The only time that comes into play is when you decide to make it come into play. Show that you are deserving just as well as anybody that's Mexican, white, English, Canadian, whatever their background is. Show that your skill set is just as good as theirs, if not better, if you're willing to put in the work and the drive as opposed to fitting in with the foolishness of the society.
Amen. That Where's Waldo a preach. I like that. I am a fan of the analogy. And that was hot. I haven't heard. That was good. Y'all go back and rewind and you listen to that Where's Waldo. That will preach right there. Speaking of books, as we close out this podcast interview with very special guest Rico Spears today, he has a book he's currently writing that'll be out as soon as he can get it done. Tell us a little bit about this book.
The book is titled Inspired by Dying, and as she stated, it is coming very, very, very soon. The emphasis and the basis of the book is more so of a devotional where you have tidbits of information that's given on every single day, month's time frame. It has days 1 through 31 in the book, and every page gives you just some insight on a specific topic for the day. These topics are all based around real life experiences that I've personally gone through or seen others go through. And it gives you not just a scripture, not to beat you over the head with Jesus at all, but it gives you something enlightening from the Bible as well as from real life that will allow you to tie it in or to give you something real that you can hold on or to be able to relate to. If you're not going through it personally, you more than likely have had relatives, friends, somebody that you know that has gone through something on every single page of this book. There's not a dull or dry moment in it, but it's come from a place of realness that people, regardless of age, can relate to, because it's things that happen on an everyday basis. It's not something that you look at and it's like, oh, this person on the TV is saying something because they have this mega church and they got a million different things, so their money is pouring in, and I don't understand what they're saying, or they're doing X, Y, and Z because they're already a millionaire, so why should I send my $10? It has nothing like that in this at all. It's all based on life from Dayton, life from Tampa, Florida, life from Nowhereville, wherever you are. It can help you put back the pieces of your life together, regardless of what hood, regardless of what ghetto, regardless of what trailer park, regardless of what suburb, regardless of what gated community, wherever you came from, wherever you are currently, regardless of what habitat, regardless of what circumstance of life that you're in, is for you. It's for you, and I hope people are able to feel that when they read it and to look forward to the next one that is to come.
Awesome. I personally can't wait. I can't wait. I got gifts to hand out. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listeners of all ages, this has been a very special episode of True Testimonies Podcast. I'm not gone yet, but I want to go ahead and properly conclude this interview. I want to thank Rico for coming on and sharing his most powerful testimony, how God favored him while he was going through homelessness. Thank you so much, Rico, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, listen. Didn't I tell you he'd be powerful? Oh my gosh. Let me not waste another moment. I want to go ahead and let all of Rico's words sink in while you listen to this song. It is not over when God is in it, by Israel and New Breed. Remember, Tru Talent Productions does not own the copyright to this music. We are simply playing it for listening and educational purposes only. It's not over. By Israel.
We want to speak life over you today. Every person listening, we want you to understand that no matter where you've been or where you might currently find yourself, it's not over. When God is in it, there is no limit. New Breed.
It's not over. It's not finished. It's not ending.
It's only the beginning.
It's only the beginning. When God is in there,
all things are new.
all things are
All things are new. All things are. We brought some friends along to just encourage you a little further. James Fortune.
This is for someone right now.
I know it's darkness,
Yes.
just before dawn.
It's not easy right now.
This might be the hardest season you experience.
I've been there,
It hurts,
but it won't last
won't be too long.
Won't be too
because you
long.
are.
Closer than you think you are.
You may not see it yet.
Closer than you've been before.
Come on, Israel.
Oh, look to the sky. Heaven's on the way.
It's not over.
It's not over.
It's not finished. It's not the end yet.
ending.
Your story's not over. This is only.
Only the beginning.
He makes all the difference. He makes all things new. Yes. With God.
All things are new. All things are new.
In the spirit, I sense something starting to move.